All right, so the coming street grocery has caught my eye, and I think that the sun is going to be coming down the street to the left, and the little grocery store there will be in the shadows. I think I can really develop a sense of this bright light day that we have. So to begin with, I draw very quickly with my brush to establish the compositions, because composition is the most important aspect of a painting. So when you're out looking for a place to paint, looking for inspiration, driving around or knowing where you're going to go, and then you start walking around, for me, it's not about a preconceived notion as to exactly what I'm going to paint, but more a reaction to the light and atmosphere, the shapes that the shadow's making, the certain situations, the tide or the time of day that will trigger your interest in what might capture your imagination to set up and paint. Oftentimes, I will choose to paint something that is actually behind me. If I'm looking at something and that I think that's what I'm going to paint, and I turn around and look and I go, oh, that's even better. So it really is about shapes, about light, which makes composition, because composition is of paramount importance, far more important than the subject. There's something about doing these street scenes in Charleston, the people you meet, the things that happen while you're painting. I'm getting to the point where I really like to put a lot of figures in sometimes, but then again, you never know, you might not put many figures in. Let me tell you about a painting I did the other day. It's titled Talking About Spring, and I was contemplating this neighborhood. It's a transition neighborhood, probably starting heavy gentrification, and it's over on Hanover Street. Now, it's an area that I have not painted in until, and really was hesitant to do that until my daughter was living in a house nearby. And so in the painting, it's all these people kind of gathering around a corner store on Hanover, and there's this man, Sam, that came over, rode his bicycle over, and stood and watched me paint for quite a long time after I'd already met different characters in the neighborhood. But Sam stayed and watched, and I was able to capture him, and he just has this, he's a beautiful man, very happy. Oh my gosh, there's Sam right over there. Come here, Sam.
And then you recognize me.
I recognize you.
Yeah.
I recognize
I see that you caught my eye.
I sat there painting you.
Yeah.
Everybody says that looks like a happy man.
Yeah. That you really?
Yeah, everybody says that.
Man. Ooh, boy, if I could afford it, I'd buy this picture. I'd buy him. I'm serious. If I could afford it. Man. But thank you for remembering me and painting me. Too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As I think about the role of an artist in society, part of, I think, one of the important aspects of the role of an artist in society is to be the eyes and to help generate awareness of the place that people live, the culture that they're surrounded by in their life. That goes back partly to that I don't paint sentimental paintings. I paint my life, the time, what I experience in my time and my surroundings. So while I'm out painting on location and I'm soaking up all of the information through all my senses, and so I'm out painting, I'm soaking up all this information through all of my senses, and I'm channeling that information, either the temperature, the light, the breeze, the tide flowing or rising or dropping. Oftentimes birds are flying by, animals are walking by. I've had deer almost run me down after they swam across a river. I've had minks walk up under my feet. I've had raccoons chasing each other through the legs of my easel. All of that adds to that thing that we're creating. And so as we artists create that, and then we present it on exhibition to the public, then the public can share some of that information that we bring to the exhibition. The viewer can heighten their appreciation for the landscape that they live in, perhaps through our interpretation of the light and how we've created the colors to evoke a sense of temperature. As they study a painting, they might start appreciation, they might start heightening their awareness. So artists are, it's important that part of our role is to create new awareness of our culture, of our place, of our time. And without artists, people would be stuck with television. So as you've seen, I've been working at this painting for a couple of hours now, and we've run out of time, and I'm not quite finished with it. So I'm going to show you a few stills of finishing it off in the studio. And oftentimes what I do in the studio to finish a painting is I adjust the temperatures of colors, or I heighten the intensities. I change the values. I might change a little bit of the drawing, but I try to nurse it and I try to love it so that I can give it that sense of light and atmosphere, which is dependent upon a good, strong use of color theory. Thank you for joining me in this journey through Charleston, and I hope you've enjoyed the paintings that I've shown you today.